I'm going to go ahead and kick us off tonight. And who would like to tell us where we left off last week? Does anyone remember?
I do.
Go for it.
We had realized that Geetra was the same Vidalcan that we had seen with the other group. I had left a message for Lavinia to warn her that Geetra may have been compromised, that she might have been replaced. We went to New Prov to find her. She wasn't there, and now we're going back to the Transguild Promenade and the offices of the Guild Pact to see if she's there, which is where she should be, because that's where we were told. We also know that at least the Gruul Barbarian is dead, or Gruul Priest, whatever his actual class was, is dead, because his body was being used as a drudge to move boxes in a warehouse.
Yep. Sounds about right. Anyone else have anything else to add?
Really?
I mean, been at Oktoberfest for 3 days. I don't remember much of anything.
Sounds like a personal problem to me.
Yeah.
Or a good time. I don't.
Like it can be both.
Yeah, they often go together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I bought a shit ton of anti-vampire stuff that I'm very sure won't work.
Paranoia. We're not even playing Paranoia.
Yeah, and I also bought the Groll Skull helmet that I'm sure won't do us any good. Or maybe Legend Lore. Oh, that's the thing. We want to Legend Lore it, right?
We need to get a scroll of Legend Lore because I can't cast it.
Yeah. Now I remember. It's good to have notes.
Notes?
I have a silver-tipped steak soaked in Assyria's holy water.
Yes, you do.
With the power of belief, I will make it so.
Yeah.
Make it so.
Yeah, I forgot you got conned hard by that guy, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hold on a second, guys.
No.
Apparently, there's a Phoenix. Like, the Gruul have access to Phoenix.
What do you mean? Just in general?
I saw something that caught my eye. It was Skerg, which is the old Gruul guild home from the original set. And I'm reading the description on the MTG Wiki, and it's like, Skerg is guarded by beasts and phoenixes.
See, that was me, not the phone.
And there's a card called Skergan Firebird. It's a 3/3 for 6 with Bloodthirst 3, flying. Tap 3, return Skergan Firebird from your graveyard to your hand. Activate this ability only when an opponent is dealt damage this turn. Interesting.
Yeah.
Because that's what the Gruul needed.
I would like it if there was a class option that somehow was Phoenix inspired.
Well,
That would be cool.
Dark Phoenix.
Oh, no, okay, not that direction.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay, so were you heading back to the Transguild at the moment?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You make your way back to the Transguild Promenade. You arrive there uneventfully. You do see the
You did tell us that more of the worship, like there are more of the worshippers.
There are
now.
more of the worshippers. Yes. That group is growing. It does seem like you're starting to notice that in addition to the ones that are there, that are in the full robes, they've started to gather a few people around them that look like very possibly new converts, people not in the robes that the other ones are wearing, but still gathering in the same spot there with them.
Mm-hmm.
And as you get there, you do notice that the guards are watching quite warily of this group.
Do we have any reason to believe they might turn violent? Like,
They haven't really given you any reason to think that.
do they have weapons?
No.
Then again,
The,
magic
the
is the
odd
same. So,
the odd one might have a dagger here or there,
Mm.
but that's not uncommon in Ravnica.
yeah.
I mean, a lot of merchants carry daggers. You know, it's a very much kind of like carrying mace or
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I carry undead, so
yeah, you know,
Yeah, no, as you do. Personal protection.
question of scale. You know, there are people like you guys walking around with full armor and weapons on.
I have like a explosive device strapped to my back and
Mhm.
chest.
Yeah. You're ready to be like a suicide bomber at any moment.
Yes, like, for protection.
Yeah.
If someone tries to take me out, I will make sure to take him out too.
and the rest
Go.
of the city block.
All right, I mean, it's collateral damage. I would say I could live with that, but
Just picture you going like, "Never miss it to Akbar," and then just
That was awful.
sorry.
We're just going through all the ways that if Casey was monetized, how to demonetize him.
Yep, basically.
in like a year or two, Casey's gonna be like, YouTube, can I monetize my videos? And they have this list of things like, okay, in which order do you want me to start? Severity or alphabetical?
No, and this is why.
Well,
Allah is technically first, so start.
YouTube, hey YouTube, I would like to monetize my videos. Okay, we'll just review one of them at random and no.
Uh-uh.
How many
Well, it just
are we-
means never miss it is great. There's nothing wrong inherently with saying that, is there?
Yeah, that's-
You okay?
Yes.
Let's
Don't know what they're carrying right now. So yeah, you make it back to the Transguild Promenade. You head inside. Where inside are you heading to? Back to the information desk from before?
I mean, I guess that's the best place for us to go.
Mhm.
Okay.
do we have a specific plan right now?
We just need to talk to Geetra at this point and confront her because either she's, knows more than we do at this point, or she's been replaced with a doppelganger
Yeah.
at one
Yeah.
point of the chain.
Yeah, so that's pre 1, and if we can't find her, or it's gonna take a while for us to find her, then I think a good side quest thing would be to legend lore this helmet and see if we can maybe backtrack or backtrace this guy's movement before he died. Maybe find out how he died or where it happened. That would be very helpful.
So this is still the same day as we finished last.
Mm-hmm.
So it will be this evening that the Simic managed to figure out the blood, the doppelganger
Yes.
blood. All right.
In theory.
Yep.
In theory. Why do you say in theory as if you don't trust it?
Well, we've already rolled for it, so and they did succeed. But yeah, I don't know that yet. So
No, you don't.
yeah. Well, I suppose we will just have to talk with this Geetra then.
Yeah, you head back to the information desk, and after waiting for a little while, you reach the front, and the woman at the desk, yes, can I help you?
Would Madame Ravmati be available to speak right now?
May I ask who is seeking her?
Dovin, we had met couple of days ago at this point. At this point, it's out of character, but a couple of days ago.
Yeah. Very well. I will see if she is available. And she steps off to the side. No paperwork, like at the last place. That's good, at least.
Well, we're not at the Azorius.
Exactly.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm not walking in there.
No, you're not there.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think Cedric said I'd rather die than go into that place again.
We're not in the Azorius.
That's not where you
place.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay.
We're
Yeah,
not
I,
in the
back to the
Frog.
Guild Pact now.
I misunderstood. Sorry. Yeah. Because there's a lot of agencies here. I can't keep track of all of it.
There's only
Plus-
11 major powers in the city.
Hey, I have fewer brain cells today than I had last week, so
And that wasn't many, to be honest.
exactly. So I was already working with. Okay, never mind. Let's continue.
What sort of position did Gitra have in the Guild Pact again?
She's Lavenia's aide.
All right.
So, not like she's anything important.
Just makes sandwiches and fixes lunch for Lavinia and stuff like that.
She's a go for.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, she only, fetches and carries and does everything for, the most powerful person around when the Living Guild Pact isn't here.
So basically a nobody. Let's do
Yeah,
this.
no big deal.
Yeah.
She's probably a level 1 commoner.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
it does not
That-
have NPC levels, class levels. Fuck, I can't speak. PC levels. Okay. Right, where is this scroll we're looking for?
You wait for a while, and the woman
Yeah.
comes back, and she says, many apologies, but she is unavailable at the moment.
Unavailable, not here, or unavailable, busy.
Roll me insight.
Can we roll for bureaucracy?
You can if you wish.
17.
I'm gonna roll as well. Just give me a second here.
Could I, instead of insight checking her, see around if any other people have now starting looking at us after we've asked for her name? Like, I wanna perceive if
Okay.
we've
Roll
got our
perception
attention for other
instead,
people.
then, yeah.
Basically, we talked to asked a few names, and people are like, okay, why do they want to talk to her? Or, oh, maybe they're on to us.
Keys it, it's the fuzz.
Yeah, they're on to us, man. We gotta get out, man. Hey, Kim.
Kim, you're early.
Yeah.
Back. I'm actually walking to my next appointment.
Yeah.
That was
What
a
are your
little.
appointments this time of day?
So it's a silly thing, right? So I'm going through the motion of things in terms of moving and getting ready. And as a part of that, I'm changing to new work group. And he decided that, yeah, the only time he had available to do any sort of meetup was today at 8 o'clock.
Bloody hell.
In that case, you're late.
Yeah, so I came home.
No, he's not. It's 7:40 here.
Oh, right. Okay,
It's in
sorry.
20 minutes. That's why I'm
My
saying
bad.
I'm walking to the appointment now. So
You're
I came
breaking
home
up
20
really
minutes
badly.
ago, and now, oh, sorry, yeah, I'm walking now. So I'm walking to the appointment now, but I can hear you and I can answer.
Cool.
Nice.
Okay, so you've arrived back at the Guild Pact, and you have asked for not
Keitra.
Lavinia. Keitra, yes, thank you. And after a few moments, the woman at the desk returns, tells you that she is unavailable. I had just asked for some insight checks. Madman, you were looking around, trying to perceive if anyone was paying any special attention to you.
Mm-hmm.
as you start looking around, you don't necessarily think that anyone's paying any special attention to you so much as there seem to be a couple people that do seem very interested in the receptionist's answer. Possibly, you get the impression that they're not necessarily looking for you, but there might be someone else looking for Gitra.
Ooh. I'll pay attention to the people paying attention.
Good night.
Good night, darling.
Good night.
My friends are saying good night.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Good night.
All right.
Oh.
Night. Right. The younger one was in bed earlier, and now she's off to bed. So yeah, you're paying attention to the people that are paying attention to the woman at the desk.
Mm-hmm.
Dovin and Malgar, you two, meanwhile, are having a bit of an insight at the woman at the desk. And as you ask her, is she in a meeting or basically the nature of why she's unavailable, the woman looks very nervous as you ask that and says, she informed me that she was unavailable for a meeting just at the moment. She had a she just recently had a message arrive from New Prov, and then she's had other visitors, and she wanted me to inform you that she and as you guys are listening to this woman and hearing this, you start to get the impression that she's stalling is what she's doing.
Mm-hmm. Guys, let's kill everyone. Okay.
Great pick up on that one, Madman.
How is the layout of the room here?
Well, you've stepped into the chamber of the Guild Pact. So what you're looking at is there is a front desk area. There is two hallways, one to the left, one to the right, which have a few minor offices for functionaries and things to meet. You know that on one of the sides or the other, and you're not sure which, there's also basically a guard break room for the guards that are not on the door so that they can rotate out from time to time. And then basically from those two hallways that go left and right, you reach a point in them, and then a hallway curls back towards the middle behind the desk, at which point there is a large door at the back in the center that actually leads you into the chamber of the Guild Pact.
Could you... Cedric would take out a note, write something out, and then he would kind of put it at the desk in front of her. And it just says, "Are you in danger?" And then it says, "Yes, no." And then he says, "Could you please help me with with this form right here? I don't know if I should pick, if I should sign it here or here. I'm not really good with forms." Kind of pointing at yes or no.
You know what's funny? I had almost the same fucking idea.
roll me deception, Madman.
Okay.
While they're doing that, I'm gonna sneak off to a corner and vanish.
Just gonna go Batman on us again.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna go Batman on them. Roll your stealth. Jesus. So we've had a 23 on an insight, a 24 on perception, a 24 on deception, and a 28 on stealth.
We're starting
And I'm
out
sitting
strong,
here with
guys.
my 17 going, I'd like to get above a 20 on something.
We've had one roll all night that is not a 20. It's a good thing this isn't a combat encounter.
Expertise is a nice thing.
You got a 22 without expertise.
Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry, that was without advantage. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So once I'm fairly certain that people are not seeing me or paying attention to me, at least I'm going to see if I can just climb up to a place where I can get sort of a better view of what's going on in case something is about to happen. Because I'm not trusting
Okay,
the
you're
receptionist.
inside.
Yeah.
Where are you climbing to?
Well, if there is, because this is in the reception area, right?
Yes.
And it's kind of a big hall.
You've got about 12-foot ceilings.
Oh, 12 foot. All right.
It's
I
not
thought-
that. It's not that grand.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. Never mind then. I just sort of pictured this lobby area or like a big open space.
You picture
is,
like
but
a
it's only-
courthouse entrance.
Yeah, something like that.
It is an open space. Like I said, 12 feet is still
Yeah.
for a one-story building. It's still quite high.
Yep. But yeah, no, I'm just gonna stay hidden then and watch as this unfolds and see what happens. Because did I get the? Yeah, I got the impression that she was stalling,
Yes.
and yeah, but not that she was being uh, untruthful.
No.
I'm gonna roll perception to see if I notice Madman's note, like what
Okay.
it says, because I imagine he wasn't like really visible when he
No,
was
no,
trying
yeah,
to-
exactly. Because I'm thinking it's obvious for us standing here, but if you're like further away, it's difficult to read a note in front of them.
I
Um,
imagine that wasn't.
it's fairly easy being right on top of it. Oh,
Yeah.
excuse me. So yeah, you managed. You can make out enough of it to know.
No, it's still not above a 20. Don't keep rubbing it in, jackass.
Come on, do you think anyone in this group would actually not rub something in?
Yeah, keep rubbing it in. Remember what's gonna happen the next time you need healing.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Shit.
Well, I can heal him.
Not as efficiently as I can.
Ah, well, that's fair enough.
What does she do though? Like, does she like what the fuck are you doing, or is it more of a?
She looked very confused. She looks down at the note and she goes, I'm sorry, sir, but that's not really a form I can assist you with. I don't understand."
Right. Kind of folds it back in, like, all right. Dovan, there's people watching us right now.
You have a giant tank of Mizium strapped to your back.
But, okay,
I wouldn't be surprised about people watching you.
That's true. But what's surprising? They're not watching me specifically, which they should obviously. They're watching her. I mean, look at me.
Have we been in this area before? And sort of, is it possible that we have passed by Gitra's office or something at one point earlier?
This is actually the first time that you've been inside. When you met here before, you met outside the doors.
Okay.
Malgar's been in here before.
Um,
He came
Has
here
he?
looking for Lavenia first, and then he went to go find her when all the other ones were where all the other people were met up. Where all the guild
That's right.
representatives are met up.
Yeah.
That's right. So you have been here. You have been here once before.
Okay.
Um, But you would have not probably gotten beyond the receptionist.
No.
Because you would have come here, found out that they were there.
Yeah. So I'm just wondering if they're because this whole building is sort of filled with different offices, and did they have name tags on them on the doors or anything?
Roll me perception.
Right.
Okay. With that roll, you've noticed that there are not name tags per se, but each door does have a seal on it.
A seal signifying what?
I'll be right back. I need to go grab something real quick.
Okay.
Or
They look, from what you've been able to see, like personal seals,
okay,
but you've
so
not been able to get a good enough look at them to really be sure of that.
okay.
You've only seen them basically by standing at this desk and looking kind of sideways down the hall.
All right. So when because we were, me and Gitra, we went, the two of us, to fetch the rest of the group.
Mm-hmm.
During that walk, did I have a chance to see her seal? Like a signet ring or something like that?
Roll me another perception, but that's going to be a high difficulty because it's not something that is a large item that she wears.
No. New.
No, you didn't notice.
All right. Hmm. Well, I picture it's probably, if she's the aide of Lavinia, it's probably going to be next door to her office, or something like that. So I'm actually going to sneak off and see if I can find, find an office that is more likely to be Lavinia's or Gitra's office.
Okay. Roll me an intelligence roll. Just a straight intelligence check.
Yeah.
Okay. You do find a door which seems to have a seal on it that appears to be a version of an Azorius crest that is framed in scroll work and then carries the mark of the Guild Pact beneath it. Or sorry, no, above it. Sorry, above it.
Okay. And all right, I'm gonna stop and listen by the door a little bit.
Okay.
See.
Yet another perception roll. 26. You kind of listen to the door, and you think you can hear what sounds like the sounds of outside.
So there might be an open window in there, or it leads to a balcony of some kind, maybe. But
Do
that
what
would
you
be
do
very
best.
weird.
Go through windows, man.
It's a one-story building, I will remind.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Balconies on one-story buildings, not overly common.
That's called a
No.
terrace.
Yep. Yeah, I forgot that. Yeah. So
What color are the stairs in a one-story building?
same as the floor. Um, so, all right, I'm gonna try and pick the lock on the door. Or yeah,
Okay.
while I'm sort of fiddling with it and to check if it's actually locked or something. But
Okay. You start fiddling with it to see if you need to pick the lock.
Yep.
And the door is open.
All right. So, just gonna peek inside and open the door very slowly. Make sure it's not
Loud-
creaking or
Loud
anything.
click as it comes open. Starts to come open. You peek inside. And there is, in fact, an open window. And looking around, it looks like things were grabbed in a hurry.
Like very recently.
You could assess that, yeah.
All right. I'm going to. It's probably going to be hard, but I'm going to try and track. See if I can find some signs of movement. And they're probably gone through the window, so I'm gonna Is that a survival in this case or an investigation? Well, it's the same modifier anyway, so.
Okay, doesn't matter then.
Oh.
Ooh.
You can't really tell any signs of it.
All right. Is there any documents lying on a desk or something that seem like they might have been left behind, either intentionally or accidentally?
Roll investigation for that.
Alright.
24. Okay, with that I've got to give you something.
Well, you don't have to.
No, there was something in here, but it was going to be very difficult to find, and I think that qualifies. You start looking through, and you do notice that there is a stack of paper, like blank paper, on the desk that looks like it's been recently kind of knocked a bit. And in kind of a moment of inspiration, you go to look at the top sheet of it, and you actually see that although the paper is blank, you can see the indentations of quill marks from where the page on top of it had been written on.
All right. Well, that's good.
And what you see is there you go.
Oh shit! Ah no!
Okay. I'm going to take that. Is there by chance any, if there is like a small fireplace or something like that in the office?
No, there actually is not a fireplace in this room. There is a small, what's the word for it? Not urn. Basically a small metal fire box that would be basically the equivalent of a space heater,
Okay.
but not an actual fireplace.
Because I'm just looking for something that is possible to just smudge on a piece of paper, like so I can use it to like outline the writing a bit clearer.
He's looking for coal. He's looking for coal.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, you would be able to find coal or ash in that.
All right, so I'm going to take that and just use it on the sheet of paper quickly before I just pocket it, and I go through the window, and
Okay.
I just want to look for someone who is moving away in a hurry, if at all
Okay.
possible.
You go through the window. Roll me perception again. Lots of perception tonight. Okay. You look around, and you do not see anyone making a run for it.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to go out and head back to the back to the lobby, basically the reception.
Okay. You guys are. The rest of you guys are still standing at the desk. This woman basically has, let you know what she has, and then she's kind of moved on to another person there. That after she's basically told you that she's unavailable to meet.
Those other people that were looking at her, do we recognize any of them? Like, not trying to be obvious, of course, but
No, there's no one there that you would recognize.
Okay.
But as you're kind of looking around warily, Zedric, you notice two things almost at the same time. Malgar's gone.
I mean, that's nothing new.
Like,
And then just as you realize that and start trying to look around, you look back and you see Malgar walking in through the front door.
I thought he came in here with us, right, Owen? I'm very sure of it.
I don't question things.
Uh,
Well, I do question things when it comes to certain things.
Okay, I walk all up to them, all doppelganger-like, and
I'll stab him in the face.
No, I'm just gonna go up to
How does a doppelganger walk, like a punch controller?
Yeah, I'm thinking like this. All creepy like. No. I'm just going up to you guys and
Pink Panther skulk.
No,
Yep.
I'm thinking like Octodad.
I'm taking out the note I found and I'm just holding it out to Dovin, and she's on the run. We need to go.
Oh, right. Who's on the run?
Keitra, or the doppelganger who's posing as her.
Oh,
I turn to the aide at the desk. Thank you for your help. Let's go.
well, we'll book an appointment at a different time. Thank you. What's your name, by the way?
Sarah?
No time. Let's go.
I don't... Nice to meet you, Sarah.
Literally dragging him out by his collar.
All right.
He's taller than me, so I'm literally reaching up and dragging him out by the collar.
So I'm basically just telling you guys what I found once I'm quite certain we're within or without earshot of out of earshot.
Yeah.
How
Those
did
guys
you-
follow us that we saw observing.
Oh.
Considering we know they were staking out the place. That's
How did she leave? Valgar.
She went through the window. I'm thinking now that I'm going to sneak back to the window and see.
I'm going to ask you a very important question about said window.
Right?
Was there any plants around it?
Was there?
No, there was not.
Not even shrubs?
This is built out of a very kind of white stone and backed onto basically an alleyway onto the street.
Well, there was lots of paper, and paper is dead plants, so.
It doesn't work that way.
Come on, you talk to plants, you talk to dead things. Can't you talk to dead plants?
Yeah.
No,
You're missing a trick here.
Yeah.
no.
I talk
Sadly, I
to dead
can't.
plants. That's a whole power set that you're missing out on right
And
there.
I can't even talk to dead things. I don't know Speak with Dead yet.
That's pathetic.
It's on the list of things I'll learn. I think I actually get it for either being Circle of Spore or a Golgari agent. One of the two.
All right.
You just need to have access to the proper level of spell for it.
It says on the note, I will meet you at the known place. Do we have any idea, any of you, what that might be?
No.
Also,
Um,
it's a bit confusing. Because she seems to think that we were the copied heroes. I'm not entirely
wrote
sure
that-
how to interpret that.
She wrote that we were copied heroes here to. I mean, first of all, first time someone addressed us as heroes, which I think is very nice. But are you sure she meant us? I mean, it might just be the other group, you know? Like they have a. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. The cleric guy, for example, just walking in there. Like, hey. And she's like, hey, I saw you die. And I'm like, I gotta get out of here. Out the window. Maybe you.
Well,
Yeah.
while they're talking about that, they notice that Dovin just starts to turn into his moss dog form. And just before like his head would change, he goes, "Lead the way, Melgar," and then on all fours.
I'm not sure where to lead the way. I did. Well, can you just nod if you can have enhanced smell as in that thing?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So we're going to the window then, and I point to Dovin. Sniff, dog. Good boy.
Oh, I'll take a big step away from Algar. Like, oh, yeah, I
Alright.
would not.
I'm going to attempt to find Gitra's scent. Now, because we are basically using a wolf for the stats for this, I have advantage on checks involving hearing or smell. So that would give me advantage.
But do you know her scent?
He's holding a piece of paper with her scent on it. It's from her office.
Yeah.
True, but paper doesn't necessarily hold scent very well.
Steal her chair.
I hate
I'm
to
sure
do
it has
this
a
because
cushion.
like
You can-
2 more minutes. I gotta use the restroom.
Yeah.
No worries.
Yeah.
You can still pick it up quite easily if you're in her office, especially her seat or chair.
Exactly. The thing that
But
she has
you've already
farted
left
on
the
for
office
us.
by the time he changes.
Yeah, but I mean,
No,
I
he
cannot-
changed before we went over to the office because he was going to sniff there.
No,
said-
because you went outside of the office to check the shrubs, and then after that, you left. So you were already outside by that point.
Well, then we head back to the office, I suppose.
I mean,
'Cause-
you could just go in there, sneak in there again, grab something off cloth or something, and
Yeah.
I mean, a chair would be a bit, but the cushion with the chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're able to find something that.
Yeah. If there's a cushion on her chair,
Mm-hmm.
thinking that, or if she has like a, I don't know. A quill might also work very well. Hands are sweaty. Knees
Knees are-
weak, arms are heavy. Woman on a sweater already. Mom spaghetti.
Mom spaghetti, yo. bump, 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 bump. Yeah, but I think when they said the fake hero, I think when she wrote the fake heroes, or the copied heroes, that she was referencing to her old team,
Yeah.
not to us. I
Yeah.
think.
It would be weird if, yeah. She wouldn't run if she was under the impression that we were in league somehow.
Exactly. So
yeah.
she might be like the real one, because why would a doppelganger write something like that? So, but she maybe thinks we are copies also, and that's. But at the very least, she knows about doppelgangers, and even though she wasn't in that meeting with the debrief with the guild leaders, so something, she knows something at least.
She knows something. That's handy to know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not trying to, pick on you. I'm just trying to pick on you.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, so, yeah, you start trying to track the scent. You manage to follow her scent for about 10 minutes
Mm-hmm.
until something happens that's
You
going to
know
make
that
you...
he is not here, right?
Yeah, I'm giving it to
Okay,
the
okay.
group.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
I'm assuming that he's leading you.
Yeah.
But we are going to need to wait for him in just a moment, because about 10 minutes pass, and then you reach an area that is going to be extremely difficult to follow her scent.
Like the ladies' restroom.
A food market.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
There are grilled meats and things barbecuing and things cooking and lots of very potent and fragrant scents in the area.
Fuck. Is there like a main
Almost
street?
as if someone thought she might be being followed and went somewhere to make it difficult.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah.
All right, roll me another perception roll, this time with disadvantage.
So it would even out. But I actually thought of how I would have her smell.
Well,
Oh, we've got to pause
you
that.
doubled back around to the office.
Yeah, we just picked a cushion from her seat and...
Well, I was going to say I could just smell the windowsill. There's only going to be two main scents on it, her and Malgar. Unless she, jumped through the window without touching the sill on the way out.
Malgar basically jumped back into the office and pulled something out of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But now we're at the food market.
You followed her scent for about 10 minutes.
Okay.
Until you reached a point where she headed into a food market.
Okay. 22.
Nice. How are you getting that disadvantage back up to?
Because if it's by smell, I still have advantage on it. So it would even out.
That's right, yeah. Wow.
Nice.
Okay, so with a 22, you managed to continue tracking her through the food market, not getting distracted by the grilling meats and the barbecue and all of the potent spices and scents in the area. And you continue tracking her. And you guys are moving at a decent pace, not fast enough to draw attention to yourselves, but fast enough that you think you're moving fairly well.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, she seems to always be ahead of you. Either this is someone who is preternaturally fast, or someone who knows exactly where they're going.
Yeah. I think we can go with probably
Those-
both of them.
Yeah.
Well, that and she's supposed to be a precog, so.
Yeah.
Funny that.
Although if she's a precog, she should know that we're not the copied heroes. So.
I mean, it might be. Perfect precognition.
I will tell you this: precognitive does not necessarily mean she sees everything about the future.
This is true.
She could see that someone is coming for her, and still have a mistaken identity about who that person is.
Yeah.
Well, If it's only been about 10 minutes, I still have about another 50 minutes left on my wild shape.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it. I'm thinking
Guys,
about.
envision what you're gonna do in the future, but be very nice about it. All right? Maybe that's how it works, right?
That sounds perfect. Yeah.
While we're looking for her, I'm sort of trying to picture how I would, if I was in her shoes, how would I escape from this place if I was being tracked by someone who was, yeah, smelling us, smelling.
Okay.
Is there any sort of places that I know from memory that is very ideal for such a, in addition to the food market?
You do. And as you're thinking this, you actually realize that you're headed towards one of them.
All right.
As you basically get led from the food market by the moss dog towards the sewer inlets.
Yeah. So, cause I'm just trying to see if it's possible for us to sort of, if we can just assume where she would walk, we might take a shortcut there. Or
Is
something.
the smell going in the sewer inlets?
Give me another perception. It would be disadvantaged, so at normal, to see if you can work that out.
Because right now, Dovin has an idea of where he thinks she might have gone.
25?
Damn,
Five.
that you're doing good, man. Doing good.
I'm-
Guys are doing very good.
If it's possible, I want to look for like recent tracks, also that might suggest someone is running or moving in the same direction.
Yeah, roll me your survival.
25.
Okay. You both realize very quickly that it was a feint. She actually has not gone into the sewers.
Ooh, nice.
She's basically led you to a point at the sewer entrance and then veered off another direction.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Still gonna follow the smell.
Can I assume where the next place would be?
Roll me intelligence.
Rolling fairly well today.
All rolling very well tonight.
Yeah, guys, we're doing good.
Yeah, it means our next session, our rolls are gonna be absolute fucking trash.
Or
No,
as soon
that's
as
when
we
I'll
get
throw
into
some combat
combat,
at
it's
you.
just one.
No, I will never roll badly ever again.
Just decided.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
Okay.
woke up and from this day on, I'm going to be lucky.
I mean, that's as good of an idea as any, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit out of your control, but
Okay, so with that, you start thinking about it, and food markets, sewers, possibly the underground, unless she knows that there are people from the underground with you, in which case possibly towards the stomach areas. Something water-based.
yeah, I think that might be probably the most relevant one. If she can dive into I don't know, some kind of
The Dalkin are
river.
amphibious.
Well, there you have it. I'm gonna start, and I say to Dovin and Cedric, keep following the smell. If they lead you towards the Simic area, I'll find you there, and I'm gonna veer off in a different direction, try to get like a shortcut by climbing on top of buildings and stuff using my climb speed. And as I'm moving, I'm gonna switch my Cloak of Elvenkind out with my Cloak of the Manta Ray.
Okay,
None of them need attunement, so
that's handy.
Cloak of Elvenkind does indeed, in fact, involve attunement.
Ooh.
Doesn't? Oh well. The Cloak of the Manta Ray does not. So I can
So
still.
you could keep the other one attuned.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It was the boots Valentine that don't need attunement.
No, I think they both do.
Not the list I checked.
Oh yeah, no, the boots don't. You're right.
Okay.
All right. So
Right, I guess it's just you, me, Dovan. What are we doing?
Dovin's just completely ignoring him and just moving forward.
That's a good dog. Let's do this.
Zedric literally sees Dovin stop.
How are you going to bat him in the head as a dog?
Yeah, exactly.
Turn to him.
What? Have you found something, boy?
gonna
Where's
shit on his
where
boots
is
or
it?
something.
Bite
Is
his
it here?
ankles.
Is it behind me? Is he behind me? Is he behind me? It's behind me, isn't it? Why are you
He's just
looking
looking at Zedric for a second. And then turns around and continues to follow the scent.
at me? Then it looks behind him like, oh, okay. Stop running after it. Ah.
It's the moss dog promise of you'll
Oh.
be smacked on the head as soon as.
Yeah, I'll drop some
possible.
ball bearings and garlic, and some garlic just in case we are being followed. Because dogs know shit.
I can keep this up for an hour, so.
Having a member of your party drop garlic as you travel is really helping your tracking. By the way.
Yeah.
I just did
As he
at one occasion.
As he pulls out the garlic, Dovin doesn't even turn around, starts growling at him.
Put it away. Shit. I was gonna have some. You can have some too. I mean, I get snacky. This is very exciting. Exactly.
So, where does the scent take me?
To hell in a handbasket with this crew.
Apparently.
Um,
I've had Call
The
of Cthulhu
scent-
games that were less madness-inducing.
it's true. Although not run by me.
No.
You continue tracking, and about 5 more minutes pass as you head back away from the sewers. You end up towards a alleyway, and you find a what's
Nice.
the term?
Nice gift.
Basically, the words,
Mhm.
the Magic the Gathering version of a dumpster, and the scent seems to be leading you to that dumpster.
Does
Okay.
the scent? I'm assuming I have to roll a check to see if the scent goes past the dumpster or if it ends there.
Yep, you can do that.
Advantage or disadvantage?
It would be disadvantage, so you're at
So
normal. The scent does not leave the dumpster.
Dovin transforms back, and first thing he does as soon as he transforms back is he walks over to Zedric, slaps him in the head.
What was that for?
And
No
walks over
answer?
to the
Alright.
dumpster, and
One of these days, Dovan.
first
One
he's
of
going to
these
attempt
days.
to open it. If he sees nothing inside of it, he's going to attempt to move it.
Okay, you start to open it. And as you look inside, you see a robe.
Assuming it's a guild pact robe.
It certainly is.
Why wouldn't her scent leave the dumpster if she just tossed her robe here?
is there if one were to do like short range teleportation, like um, uh, Misty Step? Like, do we
I
see a
would
location where that
I
might
would
be?
still be able to pick up the smell.
If it was short range, you probably could, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have any spells for this. Looking through the ropes, do we find any notes or?
Roll me investigation.
While he's doing
Time to
that,
bomb.
Huh?
Dovin's just gonna go, Geetra, if you can hear us, like, I'm really not in the mood for this. Just
Yeah, we're good guys. Promise. Pinky promise, but you gotta be here for pinky promise.
Dovin just turns and stares at Zedric. Like, we're just trying to figure out what's going on. I'm really not in the mood for this. Can you just make this easier on us, please? Because there's no reason why your scent should have ended here.
Um.
Just a second.
Oh, okay.
Inside the robe,
Mm-hmm.
you find a note.
Damn it!
Wrong group!
Right, it's the other ones. Shit. Fuck. Now what? How do we find someone who knows where we're gonna be looking for her? I guess that's also the
Apparently,
problem.
she's not as good as precog as we thought she was, because she should know that we're not the ones that fucking were the doppelgangers.
Well, she's sneaky, alright. But I guess that the doppelgangers also have problems finding her because
Dovin literally yells, like, hopefully she's close enough to hear this, because she's not that far. He's like, I'm the one who fucking warned Lavenia. You're really making
Yeah,
this
if
harder.
she's not around, whoever is around is just going to be really confused.
yeah, like that's Lavenia, okay. Right. So how do we get a message to her that kind of proves that we are the real deal? Because we need information from her.
Hang on.
Or we can talk to Lavenia directly again. We just say, hey, can you tell your gal that we are the real deal? Thank you very much. Like your boobs. No, maybe not the last part. Definitely.
I think you should try that last one and see if
Yeah.
it works.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Come on, would I ever give you bad advice?
Is there anything like growing in this alleyway, moss, something? Because like this is literally a dead end at this point without that.
Yeah, there is certainly moss and fungus growing in alleyways, yes.
Cool. Talk to plants.
Okay. You gotta talk to the dumpster moss.
Say it works. I'm going to ask them which way the Vidalkin that left this went.
How would they answer? Into not rock.
Tovin just starts pointing. That way, that way, that way.
You get the most affirmative answer when you're basically pointing at the dumpster.
Into not rock. At the dumpster.
Which, I mean, the dumpster is not rock. I mean, that is...
Dovin's going to take his staff and he's going to start tapping on the bottom of the dumpster. And he's going to tap on the wall behind the dumpster.
Give me an investigation.
Damn, nice.
You do not
Good.
find any secret doors.
Well, all right. So I guess we can run around the place a little bit, try to find the scent again. But if that doesn't work,
Teleported away. There's no way for me to get the scent again. Dovin
Yeah.
just like screams and kicks the dumpster because like he has hit his limit with this shit. Like she's supposed to be a precog, but apparently she's so bad at her job that she can't tell that the people who are currently following her are not the people that she's trying to hide from. She's making our lives more fucking difficult than they need to be. She's an awful fucking precog. And now,
as Dovin is kicking dumpsters, Zedric and Malgar, give me perception rolls.
Malgar went off.
Yeah, I'm not with them.
Oh, that's right. You went off. Zedric, while you stand there on your own with Dovin kicking things, roll me perception.
That dumpster kicking is pretty distracting.
Yeah, you don't notice anything.
Yeah.
I will say though that as I'm moving towards the Simic district with across the rooftops and thing, I will look for a Vidalkin that is running or moving swiftly towards one of the waterways or how it is.
Okay.
I will say too that Dovin still also has a passive perception of 16. So even though he's like not actively trying to perceive the environment.
Okay. A 16. Wow.
I have +6 on perception.
In that case, you actually would notice this anyway. As you kick the dumpster and kind of shake your head a bit, you look, and out of the corner of your eye, at the end of the alley, you recognize one of the people from the lobby of the Guild Pact.
Oh, she didn't talk to us. She did. Oh, she might actually be. Okay, she might be a good precog because she was followed by other people besides us.
I rolled a 26 on perception as I'm moving across the rooftops and stuff.
Okay.
Dude, that means we gotta get him.
Dovin's gonna look at the person at the end of the alley and go, "So, you're the reason why I now have a larger headache."
But by the time you've actually fully turned to look there, they're out of sight again. You can still say it at the end of the alley, but
Run after them.
You might as well come back out, because now I'm just gonna send giant spiders after you if you don't. So.
While you're talking, he's getting
you
away.
hear a rustling around the corner, and then you hear a quite small voice. Please don't send any spiders after me, sir. I don't know who you think I am, but please don't send any spiders after me. And you see this really nervous looking kid, kind of looking like a homeless kid, basically, sticking their head around the alley, kind of like, please don't hurt me.
From the same direction that the other guy was at?
From the same direction, yes.
What happened to the guy that was just standing there?
The tall man, he ran that way.
Running after him. I mean, I know I'm running after a guy who has like, oh shit. Okay, well, yes, Cedric didn't.
What are you inciting?
Is he being honest? Or is this actually just a kid, or is this someone lying to my face?
Oh, it might actually be the doppelganger.
If it's a doppelganger.
Yeah.
You see his little finger is still changing and stuff.
Yeah, and like the change isn't completely yet. Yeah.
It seems believable.
Amongst the kid, he goes, "Did you see anybody else come this way recently? Would have been a Vidalcan. Woman wearing this robe."
There was there was a blue lady. She gave me, and but she said not to say. I don't know anything, sir.
Kid, I have had a very, very bad week. I am not above just being really annoyed and throwing a lot of harmless but obnoxious bugs at you. So why don't we just make each other's lives easier?
He kind of looks really nervous and he shouts, Okay. I mean, I was going to buy some bread, but here, take it. And he throws basically a money pouch at you, and turns and runs. He's fed up of this.
As he turns to run, I go, wait, because if this is money, I'm giving it back to you.
He keeps running.
Stupid.
Money's not worth it at this point.
All right,
I mean, bugs,
I open the
no.
pouch.
You open the pouch?
Yep.
Roll me a Constitution save.
Yep, I was figuring that. I have something that gives me a bonus on Constitution saves. I'm fairly sure I do. I do not yet. That was the reason why I was thinking of taking that dagger. Now I remember.
Since out of character you have worked it out at this point, I will show you the roll of why it was believable.
Oh.
23,
no.
Nat 20.
Yeah.
That was the time for a nat 20 on deception.
Yeah. Jeez.
Con saving throw of 17. You open the bag and immediately see the cloud of spores come up. And being quite familiar with these, you exhale and close the bag again. And it's basically a bag of sleep spore.
I would have been immune to it anyway.
Oh, well, there you go then.
I'm
You're
an elf.
immune to it anyway.
Yeah.
True, yeah.
Yeah, and Cedric, he was running off in the direction that the kid pointed.
Yes, which is opposite of the direction where the kid ran.
Clearly.
Yeah. And you don't notice anyone running except for you.
Well, he's gonna run for a little while, look around, tries to see if he finds anything. The dude with the description. And then after like 5 minutes, he would return.
Okay.
Because he
Dovin,
doesn't-
what do you do during that 5 minutes?
Hi. Did you ask me or?
I should have
No, I was
released the
asking
bugs.
Dovin.
Detected at Tango.
I should
Sorry,
have
what was
released the bugs.
But you didn't.
I mean, I'm just gonna investigate, see if I can figure out where she would have gone from here, because like I've got nothing else. I literally have nothing
Okay.
else.
Ay, ay, ay. So, what the fuck do we do now? We still have the helmet and the legend lore thing. But we lost the gal and we lost the doppelganger.
Anything about the area stick out to me that she should like? Anything at all?
Are you trained in Arcana?
Yes.
Roll Arcana.
God damn it!
You just. Oh, thank you. You just cannot catch a break, can you?
Every fucking time.
20, 20, 29.
A lead? No. Fuck you.
What do you want me to say?
Oh dear, oh dear. Okay, so you get the feeling that there's something about the dumpster that you're missing. You can't quite work out what it is, but there's something about it that you know you're missing.
I got this feeling somebody's watching me.
Hang on. No. I want to double check something. So give me a second.
Of course.
I'm
Only
assuming
one
the
die.
10. I'm assuming the 10 minutes has passed. So.
Yeah, this is about the time that Zed. You're investigating this again. About the time Zedric is coming back.
Yeah, sorry. I was running over there. I didn't see the dude. I mean, he could have just changed face while I was running in that direction somewhere. So, I think we lost him.
Zedder comes back and I just look at him and go, something up with the dumpster. I can't figure it out. I'm hoping your arcane knowledge is better than mine. By the way, the kid was the fucking doppelganger.
What? They can fucking change size too? What the fuck? Oh no. Oh no. We really need to figure out like
Figure
a
out the
testing
dumpster.
method. Alright.
Figure out the dumpster.
But then we gotta figure out the testing method for doppelgangers, like blood test or saliva test or something. Because this is okay. Dumpster. What am I looking for? Like, what's the weird thing about
Actually,
the dumpster?
wait. I'm just gonna ritual cast detect magic.
Guys, I'm okay. Just a minute. I'll be right back.
Do you
That's
have
good.
identify?
I don't know. I'm a sorcerer.
I don't have identify. Oh wait, I do have identify. So I can
Hey.
ritual cast detect magic and then I can ritual cast identify.
Whee!
Victory!
I'm just hoping I get some payoff for that 26 on perception I rolled.
Uh-huh.
I knew it. I knew the kid was the fucking doppelganger. Also, that doppelganger is dumb as shit if he doesn't know that elves are immune to sleep. Sleep powder, go! Really, kid? Doppelganger taking the form of a goddamn child and trying to
Yeah.
sleep powder me. The fuck is that shit?
I'm saying we really need some way of like identifying. So every time there's like even a hint of, or you might we can just blood prick them and say, hey, okay, we're gonna check if this thing turns blue. I'm fucking gutting you.
Like, fucking sleep powder. Go, elf. The fuck are you doing?
Parrot, do you remember how much time it would take for them to identify the blood that you gave them?
Yeah, it should be finished this evening on this day.
Okay, good. Then
So,
maybe we can figure out a way to actually like identify them.
yeah, I'm hoping to use it to somehow make a poison of some kind that will disrupt their shape change ability.
Mm. Well, I mean, I hope that we don't gonna go around poisoned every person we believe might be a
Well,
doppelganger.
We're doing it by way of elimination in Ravnica.
It's gonna poison water fountain and just see what happens.
Yeah. We may need to buy that service though from the Summit.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. How much gold do you actually have? I have 1,000 gold. I'm willing
I
to.
am more or less broke. No,
I have
well,
I have 6,613 gold pieces and 8 silver pieces.
all right. So
Nice.
compared to you guys, I am definitely broke, but
Yeah.
I have 234 gold.
Yeah, in that case, we can just did we have a party?
I don't think we had a party pot.
Money 65 gold pieces, 226 silvers, 86 copper pieces. That's what it says in our party loot, but I don't think this one is up to date.
One minute.
Hmm.
All right, I'm
No, I
back.
think that's up to date.
Okay.
What's
I'm
that?
fairly sure that's up to date.
No, we were just checking if we need to pay the Simic for that identification with the blood, or at least some kind of thing connected to it, like a identifier or a poison or something like that. Shape change disruptor. Oh, that sounds something like
So-
Iset would make. Shape change
So-
disruptor.
If I'm sure that there's something arcane about the dumpster, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ritual cast detect magic to figure out what the aura is on and everything. And then when I'm sure it's magical, I'm going to cast identify on the spell effect on it.
Okay.
So that's going to be 20 minutes of time.
All right.
So if you want to go back to Malgar with his 26 on perception,
Okay.
Hopefully, he has better luck than us.
Malagar, you are. Remind me where you're headed again. You're going over the rooftops
Yeah,
towards where?
well, the assumption was that she was either heading towards the Undercity or the Simic area, and I wanted to sort of to move as quickly as I can across the rooftops to get to the Simic area, while still keeping a lookout. And I'm going specifically towards an entrance to like a waterway or somewhere that, would effectively be a good place to drop the scent if you're being followed.
Okay. You head in the direction you think might be right, and you go a long while without noticing any sign of anything.
Okay.
Until You reach an area that's just maybe 50 to 100 feet before what you know to be an access to one of the Simic waterways.
Mm-hmm.
And you're passing through a, for lack of a better term, a commercial district.
All right.
And as you're there, you look off to the side, and sitting at a cafe, and you have to look more than once, you notice Lavinia sat there.
That's weird. Stab her.
No.
The only thing we know so far that is different with these guys is the color of the blood. Stab her.
Or observe.
I'm switching back to my Cloak of Elvenkind and moving a bit closer and trying to stay hidden, and basically moving within earshot if she's waiting for someone and they start talking.
Okay. What was your stealth again?
Yeah. This is a new one. Yeah. Oh. 30.
Whoa. Shit.
Okay.
And he
30
was
in
never
stealth.
seen again.
I'm eventually stealthing myself out of this universe.
Yeah.
I'm just
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's actually not a stealth check, it's your spark igniting, and you're off on a different point now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pear has left the campaign, guys.
You've actually planeswalked to Eldraine.
Still don't know what I think about Eldraine as a setting.
Apparently it broke standard, which no one's happy about.
I love what it's done to Standard. Blue Mill is kicking ass now.
Yeah, because that's what needed to kick ass. Blue Mill.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You're a monster, Casey.
I'm a DM. Thank you. Yeah. There's not even any response to that, is there?
So
You pick a spot, and yeah, you start watching, waiting, watching, waiting. You get the impression that she's looking around for someone, but she hasn't seen anyone.
all right. If let's see, I'm gonna give it a total of 30 minutes waiting, and if nothing,
You begin to notice that she's starting to look very irritated as she looks around, but she has not seen anyone.
all right. So if more than a half an hour passes, I'm going to approach her.
Okay. Half an hour does pass.
Right.
So you approach her.
Yep.
What do you say?
Go out of hiding and I move up to her. And
As you go to approach, you see her look up and sigh and say, "Oh, it's about time. She told me you would be here, but she didn't tell me you would take so long."
I don't trust anyone.
You're not there.
No, I know. But I'm not trusting this dumpster. Might be a doppelganger.
who exactly
If-
told you?
Who do you think? My assistant.
Now I'm being in-game very confused because Malgar is under the impression that Gitra is a doppelganger,
Oh shit! Yeah.
posing as Gitra. So,
But if Geekra is a precog, then the doppelganger would also be somewhat of a precog, because the doppelgangers have already proven they can copy our abilities.
yeah.
I love playing doppelganger-centric games.
I
No
hate
one
it.
trusts anyone about anything.
Dovin just has a headache from all of it, to be honest.
So when is one of you going to reveal that you've been playing a doppelganger since session 1?
Surprise! It
did
was
it
me
earlier.
the whole time!
I'm a half illithid, half doppelganger.
Oh god, what were those called? There was a book called Bastards and Bloodlines, and those were a thing in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the ironic thing, is when you realize that you say something just to be ludicrous, and they actually exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is it? There's something else.
So Gitra told you that I would be here?
Yes, she did. Well, specifically, she said that one of the individuals, I believe she called you a hero from the assembly, would be here. She did not say which one specifically.
Well,
Hero is a strong term.
can you somehow prove to me that you are not a doppelganger?
Can you prove to me that you are not?
Got yourself.
I take out my dagger and I stick myself in the hand with it.
This dude
Now you just
drinking
look like
his
a crazy
coffee.
person.
Like, this is such a nice afternoon. Like, oh, I've been looking forward for this latte macchiato all day, and then some dude across the road, ah, you know that shit.
And I just.
She kind of sighs and she says,
Not how doppelgangers work.
"Hmm? What'd you say?"
That's not how doppelgangers work.
We did.
It's the only thing we know of. It's the only thing we know
We
of.
had to kill them to force them to revert back. We didn't like just tink them and they.
Yeah, but
No,
their
the blood was from stabbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the blood was from mid attack.
Their blood was noticeably dark.
Yeah.
It was a lot darker and a bit oily, if I remember correctly.
Yes. So not super different, but different.
Yeah, different
enough
to,
if you're watching for it, probably.
So, this is.
She takes a dagger from her own belt. She says, "First, I will enlighten you to something." And she touches the dagger to her palm and kind of slides it across. And you see blood on her palm. Looks like normal blood. And then she takes her hand and you watch as she peels and holds up what looks like a patch of skin that's bleeding. And
Oh.
she says, "This is how a doppelganger would fool your test." And she drops it on the table and then cuts her palm again and shows you blood again.
That's smart. That's smart.
Hell, do you know? It's literally just another patch of fake skin with blood.
Yeah.
Well, stick them deep enough.
Is it?
and,
How small are her hands actually?
Exactly. Just tiny hands. Just go another layer.
She
Another
actually
layer.
doesn't have a hand. It's actually just like a prosthetic with fake blood in it.
She cut her hand off for this gag.
Alright, so I'm going to go out on a limb here and decide to trust you. And I hope you do the same. Well, the reason Gitra I still don't really understand this because I am.
Gitra ran because the doppelgangers discovered that she knew of them. And they were tracking her down.
Right. I was under the impression that she was one of them, or well, that one of them had taken her place somehow. Well, anyway, I take out the note that I scratched on the coal earlier, and I hand it to her. This is what I found.
She looks at the note that you gave her from the one from the desk, right?
Yep.
And she reaches into her pocket and she pulls out the actual note.
Right. So, I do not know where she is, if that's what you're asking, and my other two friends are out looking for her.
I am not here for you to tell me where she is. I am here to tell you that finding her should not be your goal at this time. Although her face has been used by these doppelgangers, I do not believe that that is the doppelganger which is key to all of this.
All right. Well, then I guess I'll head back to the rest of the group. Is there any other information you might want me to relay or any updates we need to be aware of?
You need to seek out Molotov Kricktroll. Whatever this is, wherever these doppelgangers have come from, everything that we know points to it having been him that started this.
Yeah.
He is the one who knows what is coming. He is the one who gathered this conspiracy.
All right. Before I leave, I will say that as we were seeking an audience with Gitra in the reception, there were other individuals present who seemed to be paying very close attention to us and possibly Gitra.
That is
Or
the
the other
reason
way
she
around.
ran.
All right. Well,
Did you think it was because of you that she ran?
that was my initial thought, yes. Because, well, it says in the note that the copied heroes.
Yes. The ones seeking her wear the faces of heroes.
All right.
A cleric of the Orzhov, among others.
Yeah, all right. Well,
Point of order: the Orzhov one is dead.
Yeah.
Do you think only one doppelganger can take a face?
no. Well, I will head back then, and we will report as soon as we have something of note.
Something else that Ghidra told me. I didn't exactly understand what she meant by it, but I have learned to trust her words, and I assume that it will make some sort of sense to you. She said that the belt of rubble will bring no answers, but it will bring both death and power.
Wait, what? Say that again. Out of character. The belt of rubble. Did you say that?
It will bring both death and power, but not answers.
The belt of rubble.
The
Well,
rubble belt.
Yeah.
No,
The
I'm
rule
pretty sure
location.
it's about my garlic belt. Pretty sure.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to nod to Lavinia and take a step back and leave. See if I can. I'll take the same route back to where we were and see if I can track down Cedric and Dovin from there.
Okay. You guys were still investigating the dumpster, weren't you?
Yes.
Detect magic and then identify.
Malgar's about an hour away from being back from this point, so we'll see
Yep.
what happens from here. So, detect magic. Does that tell you things that have happened recently, or is it only active magic?
If
Can't
it's
remember.
had a spell on it, depending on how old the spell is, it would still have an aura. It was just the aura would be fading.
Will you click the spell just so that I can check the wording on something? I should know this stuff by now, and yet I forget sometimes. It's been a long day at work.
Oh wait, they changed the way it works. God damn it. Why? Like, there was nothing wrong with the way the 3.5 version worked. The 3.5 version was, if there was magic cast on it, but the effect was no longer there,
Mm-hmm.
you could still see the lingering effect and the school that it was.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like, nope, magic still has to be active. It's like,
You actually do detect something.
what school?
Conjuration.
Which means it was probably a teleport.
You start looking around. Roll me investigation with advantage because of the detect magic.
Yeah, and Cedric would be looking, like keeping an eye out while this is happening in case any other people
18.
were looking in here.
Okay, with an 18, Zedric, you have your attention drawn away from Lookout as Dovin starts throwing things out of the dumpster.
Alright. It's not recycling friendly, Dolan, but you do you.
Dovin, it takes you a few minutes to empty the dumpster out, but once you have, you realized that carved into the metal on the inside of the dumpster is a teleportation circle. This looks like this was a prearranged escape point. Someone set up this location with a triggered circle to get away.
Gee, I wonder who that could be.
I'm assuming that it wasn't under the effect of a permanent teleportation circle.
No.
Nope, which means it's faded, which means she's gone and she's being followed. So to help her out at least, even though it's a pain in my ass, I am going to cast...
Fuck you, Geetra.
I mean, that's a given, but...
You're going to create a spell called that just to cast it on her.
I'm trying to think if I have anything that could damage this circle. Because Rusting Grasp isn't a spell anymore.
Nope, they got rid of Rusty. There is still a spell that causes rust, isn't there?
Nope.
Well, that's a shame. You could carry around a rust monster.
No, I'm good.
Not willing to do what it takes.
Not willing to have my undead's armor destroyed by a rust monster who is slightly hungry.
What about an undead rust monster?
They would lose the ability to rust.
I know. I was being sarcastic.
What about a rust dead unmonster?
Stop. Stop. I'm looking to see if I can... I have nothing that could actually damage this thing.
I do.
Yeah, I was going to say, here, take care of this.
Are you actually turning something over to Mr.
Look, I need
Explodey over there?
I need something destroyed. No one better than somebody who's literally a walking
Alright.
bomb at this point in time.
Doven, please step back. Alright.
Dovin leans on the staff, looks at you, and goes, I don't think I could step back far enough, but okay.
Right. So, one destruction thing coming up. So he would kind of pack. He takes like out 2 mission vials from his like bandolier thing, and then he would kind of patch it like almost like it would be C4 like at the end of it, and then he would go to the edge of the LA entrance, but like not outside but still inside of it, and then he would charge a chaos bolt at it.
Roll it. Let's see what happens. Okay, so Chaos Bolt with a 44 on the Chaos Magic, and you're wearing a bandolier of Mizium and a backpack of Mizium.
That's why I said I didn't think I could.
Yeah, but
Dovin's like
I'm
standing
far away,
around
though.
the corner.
I'm far away.
It's chaos magic.
Well, it's a chaos bolt, I guess.
Zedric, as you go to cast the bolt, Dovin, you notice that one of the Mizium vials on his bandolier, unknown how it happened, but one of the stoppers has been removed. And you watch as bolts of force energy start to leap from his fingertips. And Zedric, you notice as well that as these bolts start to leave your fingertips heading towards the dumpster, you almost see droplets of the Mizium coming out of the open tube. Kind of a water in the space shuttle floating in place. And then following the bolts, creating more bolts.
Oh.
And
Dovin
bolts.
Dovin just kind of like sees this happening, turns behind the wall, and just goes, "No, Zedric, stop! It's too dangerous."
And
Stupid
what should have been, half a dozen bolts of force energy quickly turns into a dozen, 2 dozen, 3 dozen, as this vial of Mysium empties itself, forming bolts of energy.
You literally just turned into a chain gun.
And as this rain of force bolts begins to strike the dumpster, they begin exploding. And you watch as the entire alleyway in between these two buildings, it's probably 6 foot wide and about 40 foot long alleyway between these two stone buildings. You watch as from where the dumpster is in the middle of the alleyway, a ball of explosive concussive force radiates outward, followed by a loud popping sound, and followed by a wave of flames shooting down the alleyway in both directions.
And that's why I'm behind the corner.
Can I try to jump out? Out of the alleyway?
Cedric, roll me a dexterity save.
Ooh.
Natural 20. You dive out of the way as this blast of flame and force rolls back towards you, almost deafened by the sound of this pop of energy that, Dovin, you're sure can be heard for miles.
I was just saying that, well, if they didn't think that we were terrorists before.
And
Shit.
Cedric, as you go to stand up, both of the buildings are on fire.
Well, I think my work here is done. Right. So, cool. Yep.
The two buildings. One of them is a stockist for food vendors in town.
And the other is an orphanage.
No, it's not an orphanage. The other one, actually, as you look at the other sign, you realize this could end up becoming worse because it looks like it's a warehouse for mattresses.
All right. That had a greater effect than I anticipated, but I have now noted it down, and I'll know for future use. Don't use 3 of them. I definitely shouldn't use this.
Don't leave that
Disgusting.
canister open.
Yeah, all right. Shit. Okay. Right.
You're
How about
putting
this?
that out, right?
I can only make it worse.
You're gonna get a bucket and help them put that out, right?
Shit. Right. Yeah, of course I am. But I might get arrested, so I'm thinking I should just run for it.
You're going to get a bucket and help put that out, right? I said to damage.
How do I roll for conscience?
I said to damage the dumpster. I didn't say to nuke it from orbit, okay, sir?
It was my first time. It was my first time using it. I didn't know how strong it was, so I thought might as well use a lot of it.
If I see a large amount of smokes rising from an area where I assume they might be,
you are heading back in that direction as you see a plume of fire erupt into the sky.
I think I found them at least.
Found Cedric. I can't be blamed for this.
Yeah, a little bit.
No, I said
You were
damage.
the babysitter.
No, I am no man's babysitter, sir.
Cedric would try to find somewhere where there's a lot of people. It goes, there's a fire. We need to help put it out. Just don't stand there. Help. I'm an architectural engineer. I'm responsible for this. For keeping this
you're
up.
responsible, all right.
Yeah. Yeah, I need help.
Yeah,
How-
people are
how
on
far
site
away-
very quickly
Yeah.
to respond to this. And as soon as one of them hears you say that you're responsible, there
No,
are
I
Boros
didn't say
your
that.
way
I said I'm the responsible engineer here. I didn't say I'm responsible
Yeah.
for the thing.
Someone heard you say, I'm responsible,
Oh, okay.
and reported that to the Boros.
Okay, great.
So within a very short amount of time, there are a couple Boros guards walking towards you to question you.
Oh, well, I'm putting out the fire with a bucket.
Is it far away from where I am?
No, by the time the Boros are going to question him, you're coming back about that time.
All right.
As the Boros go to question him, I hand them buckets. I go, question later, fire now.
I'm going to. Is there an adjacent building that is, high enough up that one might, about like within 30 foot, and a bit taller than the one that's on fire?
Well, there are 2 warehouses on fire.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I'm going to climb up to a place where I can use my decanter of endless water for maximum efficiency.
You would have to be on one of the burning buildings to do that.
Okay. Well,
You don't have the geyser mode anymore?
Yes, they do. But you can use it once per round to eject. Is it 30 gallons of water? I think. Let me see.
It's a lot of water.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of fire.
True.
30 gallons.
So, question to each of you that's assisting with this. Are you focusing on saving the mattress warehouse or the meat warehouse?
The mattress warehouse, because that's the one that could make the fire worse.
Yeah.
Okay.
The worst that happens if the meat warehouse is now the guy selling a lot of barbecue. The worst that happens with the mattress warehouse is that the fire gets worse.
That's true. He's like, guys, we just cooked a lot of meat. Come, come up over here and buy.
Grilling for the entire district.
I'm sure if we call the gruel, the meat will be taken care of quite quickly.
Okay.
I know literally when the Boros show up to start questioning Zedric, I literally hand them buckets and go, question later, fire now.
Oh, there are a good number of them doing that as well. And you do notice at that point that they do kind of agree with the sentiment, but you do notice that although they start helping putting out the fire, there is a Boros standing to the left and to the right of Zedric at this fire.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna lie the fuck out of this. Being truthful has never worked with these guys. To our favor, let me add that.
Okay. It takes you about 30 minutes to get the fire out. At which time the Boros are heading back towards you again, Zedric.
All right.
Um,
Great that
now-
all of
now,
you managed to put
sir.
it out.
Sir,
Mhm.
could I ask your name?
Yes, you may.
Then what is your name?
It is Cedric Ulfheim.
And you appear to be of the Izzet Guild.
What gave it away?
Dovin walks up and puts his hand on Zedric's shoulder. Yes, he is of the Izzet Guild, and he's currently representing the Guild Pact.
Right. And,
Yes, I apologize, and I don't mean to interfere with any official capacities, but we were told on our arrival by an individual who is a witness currently being questioned as well, that you stated that you were responsible for this blaze.
I said I am an ISIT infrastructure engineer. I'm responsible for keeping these buildings standing, so I needed help with putting out the fire. Like, because I don't want to like rebuild that shit. That takes a
I
while.
see. These buildings are within your work sector then.
I mean, I do a lot of like jumping from place to place, and I think so. I'm not 100% sure though. But I thought better safe than sorry.
You have your assignment documents, your papers of note.
No, not with me. Are you crazy?
Let's see.
This was more of a like.
Dovin's going to look at the Boros and go, "Gentlemen, may I speak to you?"
Oh, hang on. We don't know.
And you are?
My name is Dovin. I'm a member of the Golgari, and I'm also currently representing the Guild Pact. The fire was caused due to an ongoing Guild Pact investigation.
I see. Would you be able to sign to that in writing for the documentation?
Of course.
Wonderful. And he actually brings out some documentation and basically has you sign that you are stating as authorized by the Guild Pact that this damage was caused as part of a Guild Pact investigation. Once you've signed that, he thanks you, and he turns to walk away from you. And you hear him shout to his Sarge, "It's all right, Sarge. We can charge the Guild Pact for this one. Set up the purchase orders."
I had a perfectly reasonable explanation, Dovan.
You talk too much.
You talk too much.
I'm starting to worry that
That's
you
worse
might
than I
start
said.
shitting. I'm sorry. Bleh. Words are hard. I'm starting to fear you might start shitting shoe leather with the things you say sometimes, my friend.
It made perfect sense. You should have let me handle it. All right. But I did take care of that container.
Okay, so as
There's
they're speaking,
nothing left of the shrapnel.
I'm gonna move up to them after the guards have left. So I did not find Gitra.
It's okay, neither did we.
Yeah. I did find Lavinia, however, and
Okay.
she was apparently waiting for me, or at least one of us.
Okay.
Did you check her blood?
What?
Did you check her blood?
Yes, I did actually.
Oh shit, how did you do that? I didn't actually think you would. That's crazy. You didn't
Well,
stab her? You can't stab Lavinia. That's
you see this dagger? I just poked it straight into her heart and looked at the heart's blood and...
Dovin looks at Zederic and then turns around and looks at the Boros.
No, they were walking away. That's fine.
Yeah, but you're still within earshot and going, "You can't stab Lavinia."
We should go. We should go. We should go somewhere.
Let me just roll to see if anyone overheard that.
Oh shit. That's a perfectly reasonable reaction.
You are on your own, sir. I can only cover your ass once.
Sure.
You got your free one.
The Boros don't hear you, but you actually do. You do see one of the people who was helping to put out the fire turn and look at you as you say that, and then start glancing from you over to where the Boros are standing,
Dovin looks at them
and
goes,
start
"Don't."
walking that way.
I'm just gonna... that's a good joke, but it's...
No, I was mentioning things you can do. You can't do. So that makes perfect sense. We should go now. Let's go.
Dovin looks at the person and goes, "He's an is-it. Do you really think anything that comes out of his mouth is stable sounding?"
They just kind of look at you a bit nervously and head off.
Okay,
you kind of get the impression that they've decided that being away from you is the wiser action at this point.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with them.
Yeah. That's fair.
Can we get on with the task at hand, guys?
Yeah.
Well, after Unless you want to put fire to more buildings. Okay, you're
Oh,
finished.
that was a
perception
sincere
now.
question. Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
haven't decided yet. The day isn't over.
Okay. Well, let me know in case you do, and I'll put it out.
Anyway, what did you find at Lavinia?
She told me that our focus should not be Gitra. And she did also say that we need to still focus on getting Molotov Crictrol. And apparently she also got a message from Gitra that she was supposed to relay to us, which was that the rubble belt will not bring answers, but it will bring death and power, whatever that means. I assume one of us dies and the rest level up.
I mean, the whole point of going after the Geeker doppelganger was to get more leads on Molotov.
No.
Well, yes, but the way I understand it is that she's out of our reach for the moment. Did you? I don't know.
Oh, we made contact with the enemy. Kind of looking, and there's no evidence of it anymore.
Geeker had used a teleportation circle hidden in a dumpster.
Yep.
I figured if she was so paranoid that she was going to hide in that she was going to try and get out that way, we might as well at least help her a little bit to cover her tracks. Maybe then she'll realize we're not, we are on her side and not against her. So I asked Numbnuts here to damage the dumpster.
I did do that.
The dumpster is certainly damaged.
Well, yes.
Thank you for agreeing.
Okay, well, so the way I see it is that the rubble belt is not a viable option if we're seeking answers, that is.
Mm-hmm.
If we're seeking death and or power, it could very well be a viable option. So, Cedric, you're free to go there.
Well, the problem is we have no other leads then. Our first lead was Mr. Taz. Mr. Taz pointed us in the direction of the other party. And looking into the other party is what led us to Gitra.
Yeah.
So it's either we go to the rubber belt, or we go back to Deadbridge Chasm and hope to find more about the other party.
Yeah, I mean that was like I thought that we were using the legend lore thing.
Yeah, we got to get a scroll of legend lore to use on the skull.
Which skull?
This one, and he also has a skull, half a skull. That's also a helmet. This bad boy has seen some stuff. We wanna know why. What?
All right. Yeah. I've also been thinking because I gave, as I said, the cloth with doppelganger blood to some of my colleagues, and I'm not sure how much headway they've made with it, but if they have found something, they could potentially help us maybe create something that would make it easier for us to identify the doppelgangers, or at least track them down. But that's probably going to cost some money, and I'm not a rich man at this moment.
Oh, I mean, I have some funds that we can,
I have fun. I have
Well-
funds, but I need to. We need to see how much the scroll is going to cost first.
Yeah, of course. So, well, I'm not sure yet if they've even been able to do anything with that blood, so.
right?
But,
I mean, yeah, it would be great if we had like a easier way of like dismantling their sneakiness. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So I definitely think we should still talk to them.
What we would need is something that allows us to see through illusions and shape changes.
Yeah, or just a way to dismantling them. Maybe they Simic have like a spray, like with cats. Like, stop it! And they stop it, and you can see that they're no longer doppelgangers.
No.
Anti-doppelganger bat spray.
Yes, that. Do you have that? In that case, why have you not purchased like a liter of it? Like you should have a tank like this on your back with that in it.
Mm-hmm. I'll see if I can modify this decanter then.
Great. I like the way where this is going. So, just to double checking the plan, you're getting that spray, and we are getting a scroll for this skull thing.
I could actually see Zedric just walking around with a spray bottle, spraying everyone he meets in the face.
All right, you're cool.
Just pretend you're some kind of deodorant salesman.
The worst part is
Just-
somebody tells him it's anti-doppelganger spray, and he just believes them, and it's
Yeah.
literally just cat piss.
All
He's
right.
just inadvertently causing
Malgar,
a
just hand him a
cheese.
bottle of something and tell him it's anti-doppelganger spray.
I think that's the way to do it. At least he'll feel safe.
He'll feel safe right up until the moment he's dead.
Yep.
That's
Look,
all
I no
right,
longer
Zedric?
feel safe after watching him nuke a dumpster from orbit, so
It was impressive.
it was. It was also fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I still stand by the Toby looks at Malgar. I even tried to stop him. Like I told him not to. I told him to
Well,
stop. He didn't
if
tell you.
anything, it's good to see what that tank of yours can do. If we need to put some doppelgangers on the receiving end of it.
right, just imagine what will happen if I use more of them. I mean, the only way to know for sure.
Don't
would be to
think
test
too
it.
hard about that.
Right, yeah, it's for later. Yeah, for later.
Dovin's got his staff, and he's just like got it aimed at the back of Cedric's head.
All right. So, should we meet up again tomorrow? And I'll.
Sure.
Yeah, that's our best bet. I have to check some. I have to see if I can get a scroll from either a fine broker in the Undercity or probably a Demir library might have one.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay.
Who can learn that spell? Because I might be able to add that to the spell book.
Just to state the obvious, the doppelgangers definitely know, at least now, that we are alive and well. And we are not doppelgangers.
I mean, that's
so-
exactly what the doppelganger would say, though. If they knew that they know about the doppelgangers.
Okay, stop before we start getting into that double talk. I'm gonna stop you right there.
Alright.
Too
Oh,
late.
Should we
Order
try to figure
there.
out like a secret handshake or something in case we see one of each other, like after a
Well-
meetup?
That
I-
only works if one of you is not already a doppelganger.
Well, I am.
I have a way to prove who's who. Just
Yeah. Alright.
And, but it's not a bad
That's
idea,
exactly
actually.
what a doppelganger would say.
Yeah. Alright, Dovan, you had an idea?
we've been working together. There's going to be information that we know that nobody else is going to know.
Yeah.
You just ask something that falls into that information.
A secret handshake is very cool, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, information. But we're gonna make sure to ask every time, like if we because Malgar. Oh, that's good point. Malgar just got back here out of nowhere. That's exactly what Malgar would do. But that's also exactly what the doppelganger would do. Tell us something only you would know.
Why don't we say we have a code word to say to each other tomorrow when we meet?
Right, but I'm saying right now, you just
I
disappeared
would
into the
suggest
sewers.
shut up, Zedric, but the problem is everyone says that.
See, doesn't work then. So Malgar, what's the
What?
yeah? Give us
The secret passcode is hitting Zedric in the back of the head.
Okay.
Prove that you are Malgar.
You. The password for tomorrow can be something like.
No, I'm saying prove right now that you are Malgar.
I take out my decanter of endless water and I spray down Cedric with it.
What?
Well, that's proof enough for me.
You get a DC 13 strength save to get knocked prone. There's no damage. It's just.
Just on your
Strength
ass.
save, yeah.
Oh well, you do actually take 1d4 bludgeoning damage.
A whole.
So Zedric, you asked him to prove who he was, and he attacked you.
Yeah.
Dovin just laughs and goes, "That's proof enough for me."
You take 4
Maybe
points
they're-
of
maybe
blood damage and get knocked prone.
Maybe they're
Fuck.
both already.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I actually also left.
Well,
Dover
no.
at
See,
the-
here's
at
the
thing,
problem.
and he then asked me to blow up a city block. Oh, this might be very
I
bad.
didn't ask you to blow up a city block. I said
Nevertheless, the
damn
city
it,
block is destroyed.
dumpster.
Mm,
Damage the
I don't
dumpster.
trust. All right.
I slap him in the back of the head.
Mm-hmm.
Now they've both attacked you.
Yeah. No. Well,
Yeah, but me slapping him in the back of the head is nothing.
Well,
new.
no. He would not let you slap him if it was like if it's actually a like maybe ish. Like no, I don't trust this. So he would just kind of dodge away a little bit.
Zedric.
Yeah.
Zedric.
Yeah.
Do you want to see Suresh again?
All right, you're Doven. Okay, I trust
The
that.
password for tomorrow is damp mattress, and I leave.
Still not sure if that is a double gang. He just set our password for tomorrow. That's like
Zedric, please stop.
you don't know he's not.
Please stop. Because if we get so paranoid that we literally don't trust anyone, we're not going to get fucking anywhere. So
Apparently we can't trust children. So I mean, what's left?
I don't trust
Can't we trust
children either.
dogs?
Anyway, look, I don't trust children in particular.
What about
In the
puppies?
Golgari. Okay, one, the only puppies I'm around normally are moss dog pups, and those things are fucking vicious. Two,
Either you can't trust anyone.
two, Golgari children are taught to steal. So I don't trust children anyway.
All right. I think I'm gonna head to my laboratory and hopefully you have that scroll of legend lore tomorrow. All right. I think enough excitement for today. You are agitated. I heard that because you were threatening a child when you thought it was a child. So I'm just gonna step away.
I told you, I don't trust children in general.
I'm walking away, Doven. Everyone stand here, maybe. Yes. Okay. Yep.
Paranoia. One of these days, I will actually run Paranoia for you guys. Have you guys ever actually played it?
I think so.
No.
I don't remember, to be honest.
Futuristic world where everyone is divided into one of 7 color casts, and you are not allowed to even touch anything that is any color of a cast that is above you.
Didn't they play that on Geek and Sundry once?
Yes, they played a game of Paranoia.
Matt
out
Mercer
there.
was in it?
Yes. You start out the game with 7 clones of yourself because they expect you to die. And basically the idea is just the entire point of the game is to make it through a warehouse without dying, basically. It's a fun game.
Oh, wait, I remember that game. Yeah, I did play it once. I kept tricking people to do shit so they'd die in the traps before I did. I was the only one that got out with, like, more than 3 clones left. Everyone else died.
Yeah. It is actually possible to lose up to 3 clones during character creation.
Yes. We had one player who lost... Yeah, he lost all 3 at character creation.
Yeah.
Dovin's gonna head back to his rat farm.
Okay.
And I'm heading back to the Simic to check on the progress of the blood project.
Yeah, and Cedric is
Sounds-
heading back to
That sounds really ominous.
the blood project. Yeah. Yeah.
Zedric, that sounds like something a vampire would say.
Mhm,
A
mhm.
vampire doppelganger.
I've technically never
Why are we
Yeah.
talking about Jadek?
And,
Jadek, the original head of the Demir, was a vampire doppelganger.
Yep.
that's a cool combination.
Again, you say something outlandish, and it exists.
Yeah. And Cedric would head back to his facilities to check on the timey-wimey device project.
Okay.
There are a few
How
times.
Did that have on it?
Hey, Kim's here.
Oh, hang on. Oh, I don't think we did. We write down how long it would take to make this?
I told you how long it would take. I assumed you would write it down.
Okay, check on the other guys in the meantime while I'll look through my
Okay.
notes.
If
So-
not, I can always watch the other
The-
sessions back.
There are two things I want to pick up while we're separated, if I can afford one of them, and that is main priority is the Scroll of Legend lore,
Hmm.
and if I can find that and I have enough left over, I also want to get a Dagger of Poison.
Makes sense. What could you
Actually-
look up for me? What is the rarity of legend lore on a
It is-
scroll?
Based off of level of spell, which is a 5th level spell. Dagger of Venom. I just want to check something real quick. Do I have to be attuned to that? Nope. Okay. Spell. There it is. A 5th level spell falls under rare.
Okay.
Sorry, I just remembered that I doubled the weekly burn rate for the project to make it go faster, but I only wrote down the burn rate, not how long it actually would take.
Fair enough.
Oh, that's not good for you. That's expensive.
A scroll of legend lore is going to cost you 610 gold,
Okay.
and you're going to owe a favor to whichever faction you're getting it from to get it at that price. The other option is to pay 1,110, but not owe any favors.
I will pay the 1,110.
Okay.
The Dagger of Venom
Hmm.
also qualifies as rare, I believe I said. Dagger of Venom.
Just a second, guys.
It is indeed rare.
Sorry, say that again.
Dagger of Venom is rare, and it is a Golgari item, so I can get it through the guild.
Okay. In that case, it's going to cost you 640 gold.
All right, so let me do some quick math, just so I know how much gold I have left.
Mm-hmm.
1,110, you said?
Yes.
Plus 6, enter, minus 6, 5. Cool. All right, cool. All right. So I have the scroll and I got my dagger. Nice.
Yep. Is anyone else doing anything that day?
No. Or, I mean, the Blood Project, how does that go?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's,
yes, because you were heading that way, weren't you? Yeah. Okay. The Blood Project. Now I've actually got to look this up because it was. Okay, the type of doppelgangers, according to the research that they've been able to do on the blood, they are a type of doppelganger called persistent illusions.
Hmm.
And for intents and purposes, they are able to completely copy anyone that they have seen in the last 24 hours, and they are able to copy them for 24 hours. There is also some rumor that if they spend enough time copying the same person repeatedly, they become able to take that form without the need to see the person again.
Okay. So.
So that means they could basically right now be running around like as us.
Okay, so does that mean that the monsters themselves are actually illusions, or that their shape change ability is an illusion?
No, actually, it's a bit of a misnomer, is what you find out,
Yeah.
because they actually have nothing at all to do with the magic of illusions, but that is what they are called.
Okay. So.
What the fuck would you sent a screenshot?
What do you mean, Kim? Why do you want truth seeing?
See through shape change. Misclick.
And
Who's
they.
misclick?
Who is Miss Click and is she single?
Yeah, he just sent us a screenshot of us with who else wants true seeing. I was like, what does that have to do with us? Like we are actually. So yeah.
So they are classified as monstrosities.
Yes, they are, yes.
And
Pretty much
Do
anything
they-
that used to be qualified as a monstrous humanoid is now a monstrosity.
do they have any particular weaknesses or vulnerabilities?
Something that is considered a vulnerability is that they can only copy one shape each day.
Mm.
So once they've chosen that shape, they have their true form and they have that shape.
So that means
Then explain the kid.
well, that means that one of the two was his real shape in that case, right?
Either that
Real.
or it has something to do with the permanent shape.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I meant. Like they have one one go-to stuck up, and they have one temporary that they can use. So they, besides their real shape, they have two others potentially to switch between.
The other downside or weakness that you have that you know about is that there is a flaw in their copying that can be triggered if you get basically if one of them tries to copy another of them who is currently copying someone, it goes badly for them.
Okay.
Oh, if they overlap.
If someone tries to copy a copy.
We're just making sure the dagger on here worked right.
So you stab Zedric to test it.
When things go badly?
I mean,
what
it's
does that mean?
tempting. It's really tempting.
You have so many friends on this team, Zedric.
So, well, yeah. What would happen then? Things go badly.
Unfortunately, that is not in the information that they've been able to obtain.
Okay.
They know that is something that is said, but they don't know any more details about it than that.
Okay, so is it possible for them, with the blood and the information they have now, to create some kind of poison or alchemical solution that might either disrupt their shape change ability or make it somehow easier to track them or discover, yeah, where they
Given
are?
time and money, they could find a way to do it. Yes.
Okay. Say I want a poison that would disrupt their shape change. How much would it cost and how long would it take?
You are basically that is they explained that is quite a tall order, but they can develop something that would disrupt their shape-shifting in a localized area.
Okay.
And basically what they say is it will take them right. They're going to basically break down for you time versus money.
Yeah.
Okay. It will either take them 10 weeks and sorry, no, hold on. Let me get my math right here. It will either take them 9 weeks and 1,000 gold, or for each week you want to take off of that, add 500 gold.
All right. So 9 weeks, 1,000, 2,000 for 8, and no, 2,000 for 7 then, and 3,000 for 5, and yeah, so on. Okay, so I'm going to yeah. And what about if let's see. Yeah, did they discover if they have any sort of like a particular smell or scent that can be used to to discover them or to verify that someone might be a doppelganger? Or some kind
In
of
the case of
allergy or
these,
something like that, maybe?
not really, no.
Okay. All right.
Once they have taken a form, they are a very good copy of it.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to ask them to yeah, I don't have enough to like make them start the project itself. But if I can pay like 100 gold to make them start doing the planning of a project like that or something, to pay off 900 later for the initial cost, maybe, just so they can get started on it somewhat at least. I'm gonna do that.
Okay, so you're basically gonna try to do a down payment and then tell them that you'll do the rest as they go.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I will press the issue that this is of utmost importance, and that is it is related to the fact that there is wings in the night sky, and
Oh,
yeah, and that the guild pacts needs this to be done. That sort of
Okay.
gives me a discount, or maybe shortens the time a little bit.
It doesn't actually give you a discount per se, but what it does do is it does convince them that letting you do it by payments is fine, whereas otherwise they would want some kind of a more assurance before they started the work.
Yep. Okay. All right. So after I've done that, I'm going to meet up with the others.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you guys meet back up.
Damp mattress.
I will say, guys, that I have had a hell of a day.
yeah.
So this conversation here, your next step of planning, we're going to wrap up the session on this. We're going to finish a little bit early tonight because I'm zonked after today.
All right.
The other BA that we've got at work is on a 2-week holiday, so I'm getting to do everything.
Yep. No worries. Yeah, so I'm basically just letting you guys know that if we want to develop a poison or maybe some other kind of thing that could affect their shape change ability, it will, yeah, just break down the cost and time for it.
Right.
We can potentially get it all done in a week if we pay, what would it be, 5,000?
5,000? Holy shit. I don't have that much.
Dovin looks and goes, I don't have that kind of money anymore. I went and got a scroll.
Yeah, we can do it in down payments, so
Yeah. Right. I can contribute. Like I need a little bit walking around this. So I can contribute 900 gold.
I can contribute 2,000.
Oh, he's outdone you, Zedric. You really should step up.
I can't. I
He's
have
making you look
1,000.
bad.
He's not a rich snob. That's fine. It's
He
fine with other
certainly
people.
looks a lot richer than you are.
let's see. Well, maybe I can persuade. Me persuading someone is. Yeah. Well, anyway.
That sounds like a great idea.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm thinking if this decanter here, and I look at the flask I used yesterday. I asked. It was an item given to me by when we were rewarded by the Guild Pact, or rather, incentivized to continue working on this. Maybe I can exchange it back for money instead of keeping it.
I mean, do we need it done in 1 week though?
Well, the
sooner
sooner
the better.
Yeah, the sooner
Yeah.
we get it, the sooner we might be able to actually capture, or at least identify one of them. If we suspect someone is a doppelganger, we can actually verify it.
Pretty easily at that point, actually.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's entirely up to you. I mean, I can't, but
Well, I'm going
So-
to do it. So yeah. Let's see.
Thanks for this really nice item. Now take it back.
I really want it because it's. If you've ever played D&D and never had a decanter of endless water before, you should try it once because it's endless utility.
Very
if you just,
useful item.
yeah, if you just have other things that you can use with it.
yeah. I mean, I'd say for now, let's decide next session if we.
I mean, just imagine a decanter of endless water and a decanter of endless powdered gelatin.
Yeah.
You're muted, Chris.
Always room for more. I had my mic up because my friend's mom was working with with packing tape, and I didn't want you guys to have to listen to that.
All right.
I love that sound.
I hate that sound.
Also, it's I remember one time earlier in the campaign, I don't remember who it was. I think it was Cedric. You cast a lightning bolt on the water where someone was standing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking if you have like
Now,
combos
if
like
I
that.
remember correctly, that was
that
the
would-
same incident where he tased Jury.
No. This was. I mean,
It was the same time you tased Jury.
I thought this was the fight against the doppelgangers.
No. Wait, maybe. I don't remember. My memory is shite.
All right.
The only thing Dovin would be doing this little meeting is taking the skull helmet and casting Legend Lore.
Yeah.
Because I think I can cast Legend Lore. I believe that's a wizard spell.
Yeah, should be.
I know it's a bard spell, but
Problem is that like when you look at the thing, it doesn't tell you who's got the spells.
oh,
Yeah,
it
no,
doesn't.
it's a wizard spell.
Yeah.
Bard, cleric, wizard. Okay, so
Yep.
I can use it.
Great. Otherwise, that would have been a waste of money.
Well, yeah.
Okay. So are you casting Legend Lore on the
Yep.
skull?
I'm just seeing if there's anything specific I need to do for it because it's higher level than I can normally cast.
Isn't it better if you write it down in your spellbook or something? And
I can't. It's a higher level than I can currently have in my spellbook.
isn't it level 5 or something?
Yeah, I can't cast level 5 wizard spells. I can only cast level 1 wizard
That's
spells.
in level 9 you have to be then. To cast
Yeah,
level 5.
they
And he's
changed.
multi-class.
I'm
Ah,
multi-class.
alright, yeah.
I will actually never get to the point where I can cast level 5 wizard spells because I'm doing 14 druid, 6 14 druid, 6 wizard.
Yeah, okay.
That's,
Unless you change your build.
I want to change my build. Wizard spell can. That's okay. Let's copy it. Cells on your class spell list, but a higher level than you can normally cast. You must make an ability check using your spellcasting ability to determine whether you cast successfully. The DC is 10 plus the spell's level. On a failed check, the spell disappears from the scroll with no other effect. So I have to make a DC 15. So if anybody's got anything that can help me with a DC 15, let me know now.
I can. No. I mean, help action somehow.
If you don't
Can't
succeed
really
at this,
help on a spell.
Cedric
Yeah.
is probably going to burn down.
That's true. I will
Another
help by not
building.
being in the room.
I will help by leaving.
Yeah, I will take many
No,
steps
I was
back.
trying to sort of persuade him to succeed by using what you would do
Okay.
if you didn't succeed.
Yeah.
I am going to cast Enhance Ability.
Mhm.
Fox's Cunning. This gives me advantage on intelligence checks.
That works.
Would it help if I called my follower to aid you somehow?
No, because it's literally me trying to cast the spell. So
Alright.
I need to find something to either give me a boost to my intelligence or give me advantage. But I remembered I had enhance ability prepared. So
Alright.
That does it.
15, got it on the dot.
Ooh.
Close one.
Okay. What I will do then is I will write up the results of the legend lore for next week's session.
Okay.
Cool.
That way you'll get a proper result of that spell.
Mm-hmm.
All right. On that note, then, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and call it for the evening.
Good
Good
session.
night, good sir.
Yeah, you actually got some good stuff done tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Cedric almost burned down 2 buildings.
I mean,
Yeah.
but it was a learning experience, and now we know for future uses of the thing. Like, I had to test the museum at some point.
Yeah, the roll that you had there on the chart that I was using,
Mm-hmm.
the 44 was sets flammable objects in the area alight.
Yeah.
So I thought,
That's
how best to go about doing that? Oh yeah, Bandolier of Mizian.
So the reason why I was trying to figure out how to get a bonus for that is I only have a +2 to intelligence.
You're
It's,
not great at the whole
well, I didn't need a very
wizardy thing, are you?
I didn't need a very high intelligence because of what my build's going to be. So
Yeah.
none of my wizard spells are going to be offensive spells that require spell saves. So I wasn't worried about the high score.
Makes sense, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Everything else that has saves is all druid stuff. So that's why druid was where I put that 16 when I got it.
Yeah, makes sense. All right, guys.
All right, night everybody.
Good night,
Good
guys.
night. See you all
Bye-bye.
next week.
Yep.
Yeah. See ya.
See you next week.